Hey, what's going on? It's Sim here. So let's talk about how to create a highly converting post-purchase flow for your e-commerce brand so you can increase customer lifetime value, retain more customers, and become more profitable. Now, the post-purchase sequence is something that is very often overlooked. A lot of brands either don't even have it set up or they just don't put a lot of effort into it because everyone is so focused on the welcome sequences and the cart abandonment flows. However, if you want to retain more customers and become more profitable, then having a good post-purchase flow in place is very important. So this video is all about that, and I'm going to show you how you can do it. So the post-purchase flow usually consists of 5 to 8 automated emails sent across 0 to 90 days. 90 days is usually the window you have to retain a customer before they churn. And the goal here is to increase repeat revenue and customer lifetime value. And we're going to be doing that by creating a positive buying experience, collecting social proof, cross-selling other products, and then also testing different offers. So this graph is a great one because it shows you the average number of every 100 customers progressing to the next purchase stage. In other words, how many customers can an average e-commerce brand even retain nowadays? So as you can see, for every 100 customers, only about 25 to 35 ever make that second purchase, 13 to 15 go to the third purchase stage, 5 to 9 people out of 100 become loyal and make that fourth purchase, and 3 to 5 become those super fans and keep buying from you. So as you can see here, the biggest churn happens from the first purchase to the second purchase. So about 70 to 80% of the customers you acquire drop off here and they never come back. So the goal here really is to use that post-purchase sequence and the post-purchase marketing to get more people from the first purchase stage to the second purchase stage. And this is what this video is all about. So variables to retention success. So before we get into the actual emails and the content, let's talk about what are some of the variables that influence your ability to even drive repeat customers. So the first one is acquisition. So you really need to have a good acquisition system in place. You need to constantly invest in meta ads. For most brands, that's the case. To retain a customer, you first need to acquire them. That's just common sense. Product quality, the thing that you're selling, is it actually good? And also, are you delivering on the promises that you make in your meta ads? If not, then you're going to be having a difficult time retaining more customers. Consumable versus non-consumable. So this is all about the type of product that you sell. For example, if you're selling makeup or if you're selling food that often needs to be replenished, then naturally more people are going to be buying from you again. Versus if you're selling a non-consumable, for example, like home office furniture, people just don't need to buy those products again in years. So which brings me to the fourth one, which is product strategy or assortment. So if you are selling a non-consumable, do you have anything else to sell? If you're selling a table, do you have a lamp or any other accessory to go with that purchase? So if you don't have anything else to sell besides your hero product, then you're going to be having a difficult time retaining customers. Price. So this is all about how expensive your item is. The more expensive the thing you sell is, the less amount of people can afford to buy from you again. Customer experience, are customers receiving their orders and their shipments on time? Are there not any bad surprises? Is your customer support responsive, etc.? So customer experience also plays a role in retaining more customers. So here's an overview or a high-level overview of the post-purchase sequence. So as you can see, I like to take a 0 to 90-day approach and dissect it into 3 30-day timelines. So day 0 to 30 is all about fulfillment and delivering a great shopping experience. Day 31 to 60 is about cross-selling other products, and you're gonna do that by using personalization and cross-channel marketing. And day 61 to 90, after you have introduced other products, is all about offers. So if the customer doesn't buy from you again, you're going to be testing different offers and see if they buy on anything. So we're going to be covering all of these 3 different stages in detail now. As I mentioned, day 0 to 30 is about fulfillment. So here the keyword really is no bad surprises. Anyone who buys from you the first time, all it takes is one bad experience for them to be gone for good and they never purchase from you again. So you really want to deliver on the promises, not only the product, but also the shipping. You want to use email to support your customer support team, so to make them more responsive. You want to collect reviews also in the first 30 days and just really focus on building that first impression and building that relationship with the customer. One thing which you can do here to really enhance that experience is to, for example, I have seen brands send free info products, selling like olive oil, for example. then can you send like a recipe guide? Or if you're selling like supplements or like protein products, then can you send like a free diet guide, something like that? Just something that enhances that perceived value. So the first email is the order confirmation email. On the right here, you can see an example from a brand called Graza. They sell olive oil. So here, as you can see, they have delivered a free recipe guide while you wait for your olive oil to arrive. What you can do here as well is, if you want to increase average order value, is before you ship your package, you can give the customer a chance to add other items to the cart. However, if you already do that in the Shopify landing page, or you have some one-click upsells, which you should have, then I wouldn't personally do it in the email again. So as I mentioned here, you can deliver the info product, and the order confirmation email is you want to make it as personable as possible. So you want to use your brand voice. You can even send a plain text email from the founder to make it really personal. And what you really want to avoid here is those AI generated templates where you just sound like a robot and you don't stand out at all. Depending on what you sell, you can give product usage tips. So for example, if you're selling like something expensive like leather wallets, then you can send some tips on how to take care of the wallet to make sure it lasts for a long time. Or if you're selling a fragrance, for example, can you give tips on where to apply the fragrance and where not to apply the fragrance. So this is sort of an educational email which you want to send and just give value and build that goodwill. Email 3, so depending on your product again, you want to collect reviews. So I put it here as day 21, so you wait 3 weeks. However, you can wait less or you can wait longer. Again, depending on what you sell and how long it takes for the customers to really have an opinion about your product. So here, if you want to increase compliance and get more people to leave you reviews, you want to first give a reason as to why you're collecting reviews and why it helps you. And you can also possibly throw in an incentive. You can throw in like a gift card or maybe like a discount on the next purchase. So, and one tip I would leave here as well. So this is an example of a review email. One tip I would give you is to give some supportive questions for the reader, so they don't have to like come up with a testimonial themselves from zero. So they can just have some supportive questions which they need to answer, and they can then leave the review. Collecting reviews is very important because you can then use it in your upcoming meta ads or support your upcoming meta ads, or you can just put it also on your product landing pages and increase conversion rates. Okay, so day 31 to 60. So after we have delivered a great experience, then we're going to be cross-selling other products and trying to increase that customer lifetime value. So again, depending on what you sell, you either want to introduce same category items in a different color or a different flavor. For example, if you're selling protein bars, can you cross-sell another flavor? Or if you're selling fashion, for example, t-shirts, can you sell that same item in a different color? Or if you're selling something else, you can just throw in bestsellers, which are currently your bestsellers, or category B items. What Apple does is they sell the iPhone, but soon after you buy, you realize you actually need to charge your device, and you need a charger. And from then on, they also sell you AirPods and stuff like that. So you can also have category B items here. What you also want to do here, and I know this is not email related, you also want to run meta retargeting ads around this around this segment of people. So you want to take the people that have purchased from you, and you want to upload that audience to Meta, and you want to support your emails and also use Meta ads, Meta retargeting ads, to showcase other products that you have that the customer might be interested in. And the last thing is using data. So you really need to know, when does that customer on average make that second purchase? So in other words, how many days are in between that first purchase and second purchase? And then what do they usually buy second after they have purchased your hero product, for example? So really, that will help you put together like the time delays that you want to have in this sequence. So you just don't want to have like, I'm gonna wait 30 days, I'm gonna be cross-selling this product, I'm gonna wait 45 days, and I'm gonna be doing this. You don't want to have those like set in win-back flows like a lot of brands have. You want to really use data to see when you should be targeting them with offers and different products. Example framework, so email 4. So for example, day 30, after you have collected your reviews, you want to introduce key products. As I mentioned, you can introduce a category B item, or you can just introduce bestsellers or something in a different flavor or a different color. So for example, this brand here, they have introduced a phone case. So for example, if they have just sold like a screen protector, then 30 days after the purchase, they can showcase their best-selling phone case. Here again, you want to showcase bestsellers, and then email 5 after you have introduced those products and you can see that they haven't purchased yet, then you can introduce a small offer to go along with that same product. So day 61 to 90 is all about offers. And this is where you want to get more aggressive with your discount codes and your offers, because you want to prevent the customer from churning. And you're going to be doing that by using something which I like to call the discount ladder. So when you send that first email and you introduce other products and you use a smaller offer, for example, like a 10% discount code, then you want to get more aggressive with the offer as time goes on, and you want to make the offer more attractive. One thing which you can also do here, if you see that they don't buy or you don't get a lot of engagement in your emails, you can also test direct mail and send them a physical letter after they have made their first purchase. And you want to be using urgency here. So for every offer that you have, you want to be using follow-ups and saying that the offer will expire soon, just to give them that reason to buy right away. So again, here's an example framework. So here I have put, for example, day 58, because if I look at the data, then I see that that's usually when the customer makes their second purchase. So here I'm going to make a stronger offer compared to before. So for example, I offer them 10% off, and I'm going to send one last email on day 72. So I'm going to wait 2 more weeks. And I'm going to send in one last chance email. So I'm going to say there's a last chance to redeem your 10% off. And if you can also reduce risk here. So you can offer like a guarantee saying that you can try this product for, I don't know, 90 days and return it for free if you're selling a non-consumable, or just you can get like a money back guarantee, or for example, something like that. So this is what the actual flow chart might look like in Klaviyo. As I mentioned, you want to be using the trigger when someone placed order, and you don't have any additional filters here. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to be going through it one more time and give you an example if I was a brand selling sea salt and how I would set this up. So email 1, you have the order confirmation email. As I mentioned here, this email, you want to send it from the founder. You want to make it plain text. And here you want to deliver a PDF guide. I am selling sea salt. I will send my customer a recipe guide while they wait for their sea salt to arrive. Then I'm going to be waiting 5 days, and then I'm going to be sending another email where I give some product usage tips. I can be recommending some type of products which the sea salt is best used on, for example, meat products or steak. So here I'm just going to be building some goodwill. And then I'm going to be waiting 14 days, and I know they have already received their sea salt, and I'm confident that they have used it and they have some sort of opinion. So here I'm going to be asking for a review. I'm going to be giving a reason why reviews are important for us. And yeah, so I'm going to just be collecting social proof here. Then we're waiting 14 days, and then I'm going to be introducing another product here. So before, when they bought that white sea salt, I'm going to be introducing them my pink sea salt. And then I'm going to wait 2 more weeks, and I'm going to be sending my first follow-up email around the pink salt, and I'm going to be introducing a small offer. So for example, 10% off discount code. And if they don't buy, then we're going to be waiting 2 more weeks and then sending another follow-up where I introduce a better offer. So for example, buy 1, get 1 free, or buy 2 sea salts and get 1 on the house. And then if they still don't buy, I'm going to be waiting 7 days, so 1 more week, and then here is where I double down on the urgency. So I'm going to be saying this is your last chance to redeem the offer, which is exclusive to you. And yeah, so here is where you get more pushy, because you want to reduce the chances of the customer churning. So this is what an example flow will look like. Some common mistakes which you want to avoid, as I mentioned, not knowing what users buy again, not knowing when users buy again. So you want to set this up based on the amount of days it takes for the customer to make that second purchase. And then you only using one channel. So this is email. This is how you want to do it with email. But as I mentioned, you want to also use meta retargeting ads and also possibly direct mail, depending on what you sell. And then not having anything else to sell. So you're going to be having success with this post-purchase flow if you have something else to sell besides your hero product. If you don't, if you're just like selling scooters, for example, then I don't care how good copy you have in your emails, you are not going to convince someone to buy a second scooter, which they just simply do not need. So that's it pretty much. I hope this video was useful. One more thing, if you're running an e-commerce brand with at least 75K monthly revenue and you want some help setting this up for you, then there's a link in the description. You can book a free call with me, and let's see if I can help you. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.